Space was silent. Too silent. Far beyond the moon, the stars looked calm, peaceful, harmless. But deep inside that peace, something dark was moving. Something huge. Something not made by human hands. Earth's defense satellites were the first to feel the change. Their sensors shook. Their screens glitched. Their alarms awakened after many years of quiet service. Red lights flashed across control rooms. Operators stared at their monitors with frozen eyes. A strange signal appeared, loud, sharp, and unlike anything they had ever seen. At first, they thought it was an error. A glitch. Maybe a meteor. But as the data grew stronger, their fear grew too. Something massive was entering the solar system. The unknown object crawled out of deep space like a shadow eating the stars around it. It was bigger than any spaceship ever recorded. Bigger than any human space station. Bigger than anything humans had imagined. News traveled fast. Command centers across Earth lit up. Military leaders shouted orders. Scientists ran tests. Civilians received emergency warnings. Fear moved like a wave across the planet. People looked up at the sky, scared of something they couldn't even see with their eyes. They felt danger without knowing why. Inside the United Global Space Center, alarms echoed through every hallway. Officers rushed to their stations. Screens showed a huge dark shape slowly turning toward Earth. It was not a rock. It was not a normal ship. It was something built for only one purpose: destruction. A minute later, every screen on Earth, from phones to giant city displays, suddenly turned black. Then a single message appeared, written in bright burning letters. Your time is over. The galaxy no longer needs humans. There was no voice. No face. Only the message. People stood still everywhere. Streets, offices, homes. Children cried. Adults whispered prayers. Leaders held their breath. Humanity felt small that day. The giant object began to glow. A deep red light pulsed at its center. Scientists quickly calculated the energy reading and their hearts dropped. The weapon was powerful enough to destroy a continent with one shot. Panic hit the world like a storm. Families rushed into shelters. Soldiers prepared for war. The United Global Council held an emergency meeting, but no plan seemed strong enough. No human weapon could stop that thing. No human fleet could get close to it. Earth had 15 minutes left. In the Space Center, one operator's voice broke the silence. Sir, there's movement on the moon. Everyone looked at the screens. For a second, nothing happened. The moon was dark, calm, untouched. Then the shadows shifted. Something was rising from the dark side of the moon. Not one ship. Not 10 ships. But an entire fleet. Black, silent, sharp like blades, they moved in perfect formation. Their engines made no sound. Their armor reflected no light. They looked like ghosts rising from a long sleep. The Earth officers were shocked. No one had seen these ships before. No one had heard about them. What are those? Someone whispered. Another voice answered with disbelief. That is the Apex Starfleet. For decades, stories about a secret human project had spread across old military circles. A project hidden from the public. A program so advanced that only the highest leaders knew about it. Most people believed it was just a rumor. But it was real. Apex Starfleet was humanity's last hope. Built in silence, built in shadows, built for the day when Earth would face extinction. The fleet moved with cold confidence. Their dark hulls absorbed enemy scans. Their energy signatures were almost invisible. Their weapons hummed with power no human had ever seen. The alien object noticed their movement. It scanned them. It analyzed them. Then it spoke again. A new message flashed across the sky. Resistance is pointless. But for the first time, humans did not feel weak. The Apex Starfleet commander stepped forward inside his flagship. His face was calm, eyes sharp, voice steady. He had trained his entire life for this moment. He looked at the giant alien object on his main screen. This is Commander Rain of Apex Starfleet, he said. Earth is under our protection. You will not harm this planet. His officers locked weapons. Pilots gripped their controls. Engines roared to life. 10,000 people on Earth watched the fleet in the sky, feeling hope for the first time. Apex Starfleet spread out in a battle formation so precise it looked like a single giant machine of war. The alien object charged its weapon again, brighter than before. It wanted to destroy both the fleet and Earth in one shot. But humanity was ready. Earth's enemies believed humans were weak, slow, and scared. They were about to learn a truth burned into human history. Humans fight hardest when they have nothing left to lose. As Apex Starfleet accelerated toward the enemy, the universe itself seemed to hold its breath. The battle for humanity's survival had begun. The Apex Starfleet moved through space like a silent storm. No one on Earth had ever seen ships like these. Their bodies were black like deep space, sharp like knives, and smooth like machines built with impossible technology. They did not shine, they did not reflect. They simply existed, hidden from everything. For the first time in human history, Earth understood the truth. Humanity had never been as weak as it looked. Humans had been preparing, quietly, secretly, for many years. The world asked one question. Where did Apex Starfleet come from? The answer began decades ago. The hidden beginning. Long before the alien object arrived, strange signals had been detected on the edges of the solar system. Ghost signals, small flashes of unknown energy, quick shadows moving between asteroids. Humans did not understand them. Most governments ignored the warnings. But a small group of scientists and military leaders did not. They believed something dangerous was coming. Something powerful. Something not from Earth. This group formed a new program, secret, hidden from the world, known only to a few. Project Apex. Its goal was simple. Prepare for the day humanity faces an enemy it cannot understand. They built bases on the dark side of the moon, places where no satellite could see. They studied alien tech recovered from ancient crash sites. They built engines that bent gravity. They developed weapons that used star energy. And they trained a new kind of soldier, fast-thinking, brave, calm under pressure. Year after year the project grew. Quietly, slowly, deep in the shadows. What the world thought were normal moon mining operations were actually construction yards for Apex Starfleet. Humans had been preparing for a threat long before that threat even arrived. Commander Rain, the human edge. Inside the flagship Apex Eternity, Commander Rain stood at the center of the control room. He watched the massive alien object on the main screen. He felt no fear. Rain had been trained for this moment since childhood. He was one of the first humans chosen for Project Apex. He had lived on the moon for years, away from Earth, away from people, away from normal life. He had learned how to fight in zero gravity, how to command in complete silence, how to lead under extreme pressure, how to think faster than machines. He understood something most leaders did not. True strength comes not from weapons but from decisions. His eyes moved from screen to screen. Readings were rising. Enemy power levels increasing. Enemy weapon charging again. He lifted his hand. Prepare all ships for combat approach, he ordered. Pilots locked in. Weapons warmed. Engines glowed. Apex Starfleet was waking up. The fleet that should not exist. Back on Earth, confusion spread across military bases. How did we not know about this fleet? Who built these ships? How long has this been happening? Old scientists finally spoke. They explained that Project Apex had been built using a combination of lost alien technology recovered in secret, human engineers who disappeared from the public eye, hidden moon factories, deep space research stations. Everything in Apex Starfleet, the armor, engines, weapons, was beyond normal Earth technology. It was as if humans had built ships meant for a future war. But now that future had arrived. A glimpse of the enemy. Inside the alien supership, something watched the Apex fleet with cold interest. The aliens had invaded hundreds of worlds. No species had survived their first strike. None had resisted. But humans were different. They were fighting back. And the enemy did not like surprises. The alien supership sent out a new scan, deeper, sharper, stronger. Its energy wave hit Apex Starfleet like an invisible storm. Inside the Eternity the crew felt the shock. Energy spike. Shields holding at 86%. Enemy scan complete. A moment later a new message appeared. Your resistance is noted. You will be destroyed first. Commander Rain smiled. Let them try, he said softly. The world watches. On Earth, every screen showed Apex Starfleet now. Families gathered together, staring with hope and fear. Children pointed at the sky. Old men whispered prayers. Women held their breath. The darkness that had covered Earth for minutes began to break. Hope was returning. A mother hugged her son tightly and whispered, "Humanity is not alone. Our heroes were waiting for this day." The boy looked at the black ships and whispered, "They look like angels made of shadows." Apex Starfleet takes position. The alien object glowed brighter and brighter. Its weapon was almost ready. Earth had only minutes before the strike. Commander Rain raised his voice. All ships, form shield formation Delta. Apex ships moved instantly. They formed a wide circle around the Eternity. A living wall of armored starships. Pilots spoke through calm breaths. Engines hummed. Weapons charged. The enemy's power reached maximum. The sky turned red. Energy storms cracked across space. But Apex Starfleet did not move away. They moved forward. Commander Rain gave the final command. All units, defend Earth. And the fleet launched at full speed. Black ships cut through space like arrows. Engines burned bright. Weapons locked onto the enemy's weak points. The alien supership fired its planet-killing beam. A massive red light heading straight for Earth. The first real battle for humanity had begun. The alien supership fired its weapon. A massive red beam, thick, bright, and hotter than a star, shot across space. It moved with terrifying speed heading straight toward Earth. If it hit, one whole continent would be gone. Millions of lives would vanish in a single heartbeat. Inside the Apex Eternity, the alarms screamed. Energy readings jumped off the charts. Pilots gripped their controls tighter. Commander Rain stood tall at the center of the bridge. His heart was calm. His voice steady. All ships intercept the beam. And just like that, Apex Starfleet moved. The first clash. The front line of Apex fighters flew forward, their engines glowing bright blue. Each fighter released shimmering energy barriers, thin shields designed to break powerful beams. The alien weapon hit the shield wall. A violent explosion lit up space. The force of the impact shook every ship. Shields down to 40%. Compensating power. Hold the line. The pilots pushed their ships to stay in formation, even as the beam burned through their shields. Behind them, Apex cruisers activated their gravity projectors. Invisible waves of gravity bent the beam, weakening it, slowing it. Finally, the beam broke apart, shattered into thousands of red sparks that faded into nothing. Earth was safe, for now. But the cost was heavy. Many Apex fighters were damaged, some barely holding together. Commander Rain clenched his jaw. The enemy had shown its power. Now it was humanity's turn. Apex counterattack. Target the enemy weapon core, Rain ordered. Fire at will. Apex Starfleet unleashed its full strength. Hundreds of bright blue energy bolts launched forward. Missiles followed, leaving comet-like trails. Laser beams sliced through the darkness, hitting the alien ship's hull. The explosions lit up space like fireworks. But the enemy ship did not move. It did not shake. It did not show any damage. Instead, a strange shield, black and shifting like liquid, absorbed every hit. Inside the Eternity, scanners beeped. Sir, the enemy shield is adapting to our weapons. It's learning from each attack. It's copying our energy signatures. Commander Rain closed his eyes for 1 second, thinking fast. The enemy was stronger than expected. But Apex Starfleet was built for this. Change to attack pattern Sigma, he said. Instantly, the formation shifted. The fighters flew down and spread out. The cruisers formed a diamond shape. The battleships positioned themselves above the alien ship, aiming at its blind spots. The Eternity moved to the front, its cannons glowing with starfire. The enemy awakens. The alien supership changed shape. Panels opened like giant metal wings. Bright red cracks appeared across its hull. It was preparing a second shot. A voice echoed across Apex comms, cold, heartless, and mechanical. Human resistance identified. Strength, unexpected. Solution, total destruction. The alien ship fired again, this time a cluster of 5 beams. Apex ships dodged, rolled, and twisted. Some beams missed. Some scraped shields. One beam hit a cruiser directly. The explosion was massive. Pieces of the ship flew off like burning rocks. Inside the Eternity, crew members froze in shock. Cruiser 07 destroyed. 60 lives lost. Commander Rain lowered his head. His voice softened only for a moment. They will not be forgotten. Focus on the mission. The turning point. Apex Starfleet began to strike back harder. Fighters targeted weak spots in the alien armor. Cruisers used gravity torpedoes to bend space around the enemy. Battleships fired heavy starlances, high-energy beams that pierced through normal shields. And slowly, very slowly, the alien supership began to feel the impact. A small crack appeared on its outer shell. Just a thin line. But it was a start. Commander Rain saw it instantly. There, he shouted. All ships, focus fire on the fracture point. The entire fleet turned their weapons to one spot. Energy blasts hit the crack again and again. The alien ship shuddered, just for a moment. But that moment was enough to change everything. The enemy's true form. Suddenly the alien ship opened like a giant mouth. 6 smaller ships emerged, sleek, sharp, and glowing red. They moved faster than any human fighter. Their engines hummed with strange alien power. They launch drones. No, those are manned attack craft. The 6 enemy ships shot forward, leaving trails of red fire. Apex fighters went out to meet them. The first dogfight began. Fighter duel in deep space. The enemy ships were fast, too fast. They spun in impossible directions. They fired red plasma that melted metal instantly. Apex pilots fought with everything they had. Laser shots flashed like stars. Explosions blossomed in the darkness. Ships danced through deadly patterns. One Apex pilot shouted, "They're reading our movements." Another said, "Their systems are predicting our attacks." Commander Rain understood. These alien ships were using advanced AI, an AI that learned during battle. Apex fighters began falling one by one. But humans had something AI did not. Instinct, emotion, courage. Pilot Mira, one of the best in Apex, broke formation suddenly. She flew her fighter straight toward 2 enemy ships. "They won't expect this," she said. Her sudden move confused the alien AI. For a split second they lagged. That split second saved the battle. Apex fighters shifted, firing at the confused alien ships. 2 enemy craft exploded. Mira pulled away just in time. Human unpredictability had beaten alien intelligence. Eternity strike. Now it was the flagship's turn. Commander Rain raised his hand. "Prepare the star core cannon." The entire ship vibrated. A huge cannon unfolded from beneath the Eternity, glowing bright blue. Energy gathered inside it, swirling like a miniature sun. "Target the fracture point," Rain said quietly. The cannon fired. A massive beam of pure star energy shot across space. Faster than light, louder than thunder, brighter than anything humans had seen. It hit the alien ship directly on the crack. The enemy ship screamed. A sound like metal being torn apart by a planet. The crack widened. Panels broke. Energy leaked out. For the first time the enemy ship was hurt. Commander Rain whispered, "This is only the beginning." The crack on the alien supership was small, but it was the first real wound humanity had ever delivered to such an enemy. Inside the Apex Eternity, every crew member felt a spark of hope. But Commander Rain did not smile. He knew this was only the beginning. The enemy was powerful, intelligent, and ancient. Winning would not be easy. Rain stood tall at the center of the bridge. He looked calm, but the crew could see something burning behind his eyes: purpose, focus, and a quiet rage. The kind of rage that only awakens in a leader who carries the weight of an entire world on his shoulders. The giant screen showed the alien supership slowly turning toward them, bleeding energy from the crack. "Sir," said Officer Lien, "the enemy is adapting to our attack. Their armor is repairing, slowly." Rain nodded. "They will try to fix that crack. We must break it completely before they recover." The crew looked at him, waiting for the next order. He didn't hesitate. "Prepare for close-range engagement." The entire bridge froze. Close range? No human ship had ever tried to fight something so massive at close distance. Its weapons could erase entire ships in seconds. Even shields would melt under that kind of heat. But Commander Rain knew something the enemy didn't. Humans win not because they are stronger. Humans win because they dare to take risks others fear. A leader forged in shadows. As the fleet repositioned, some crew members exchanged nervous looks. Rain was not like other commanders. He did not grow up on Earth. He had been raised inside Project Apex from childhood. Trained in darkness, trained in silence, trained for the end of the world. His early life had been filled with tests that pushed every limit. Months living alone inside zero-gravity chambers. Solving problems with oxygen limited. Training with advanced AI combat systems. Learning to lead under fear, chaos, and pressure. He had been shaped into something rare. A commander who never panicked. A commander who never doubted. A commander who made decisions like a machine but fought with a human heart. This was the moment he had been trained for. The enemy regroups. The alien supership pulsed with red energy. It opened new weapon ports, 12 giant cannons glowing with starfire. Officer Lien shouted, "Sir, the enemy is targeting the Eternity directly." Another officer added, "Their next shot will destroy us." Rain's voice cut through the panic. "Enhance forward shields. Divert all non-critical power." Lights on the ship dimmed. Engines lowered speed for a moment. Every bit of energy was pushed to the front shields. The crew watched the alien cannons glow brighter and brighter. Then, boom. A massive red blast hit the Eternity's shields. The entire ship shook violently. Sparks flew across the bridge. Several officers fell. Alarms screamed. Shields down to 38%. Structural damage on deck 4. Power cells overheating. But the ship held. Commander Rain stayed standing, gripping the railing with one hand. His voice remained steady. We're still alive. Prepare to strike back. The leader's gambit. Rain opened a private channel to all ship captains in Apex Starfleet. This is Commander Rain. We attack now. Captain Soren replied, Sir, our ships are damaged. Captain Mira spoke, we lost fighters. Rain interrupted firmly. If we fall back, Earth dies. If we wait, the enemy recovers. We attack now. Silence followed. Then every captain answered at once. Understood. Ready. For humanity. For Apex. The fleet moved. Close-range combat begins. Apex Starfleet flew toward the alien vessel, dodging energy blasts and weaving through the enemy's weapon fire. The Eternity moved fastest, leading the attack. Activate the Star Core blade, Rain ordered. The hull beneath the Eternity opened. A massive blue blade of pure plasma extended from the ship's nose. A weapon designed for cutting enemy armor at close distance. It glowed like a burning star. The alien ship fired again, but the fleet scattered, avoiding the shots. Commander Rain steered the Eternity directly toward the crack. Other officers stared in disbelief. He was going to ram the enemy with a plasma blade. The moment that defined him. As the Eternity closed in, the crew felt the ship heat up. Shields thinned. Alarms flashed. Impact in 5 seconds. Hold steady. Commander, we're too close. Rain spoke calmly. Trust the ship. Trust the crew. Trust humanity. The Eternity slammed its plasma blade into the crack. A blinding explosion erupted. The alien metal screamed. Red energy burst out in violent waves. The crack widened, then widened again, until a giant section of the enemy hull split open. The alien ship's insides were exposed for the first time. A signal echoed across space, an alien scream of pain and anger. Apex ships, Rain shouted, now. Fire everything. Apex Starfleet unleashed every weapon they had into the open wound. Plasma bolts, gravity torpedoes, star lances, beam cannons, missile swarms. The alien ship shook violently. For the first time, the enemy looked vulnerable. For the first time, humans were winning. Commander Rain said quietly, this is what happens when you threaten Earth. The aftershock. The alien supership backed away, energy leaking from multiple points. Its weapon ports dimmed. Its engines flickered. It was injured, badly. Earth saw everything from orbit cams. Billions of people cheered. For the first time in history, humanity had struck fear into something far stronger. Commander Rain stood at the bridge, staring at the damaged alien vessel. He knew this was not the end. This was only the beginning of a much bigger war. But today humanity had done something incredible. They had shown the galaxy that humans would not kneel. They would stand. They would fight. They would rise. And at the center of that rise stood one man. Commander Rain, leader of the Apex Eternity, the man who turned fear into fire and weakness into strength. Humanity had found its hero. Humanity and the allied species have been fighting for weeks now. The Vorik Dominion continues to crush planet after planet, pushing deeper into the Orion Arm. Humanity's stand at Hadean Ridge bought time, but only time. The enemy's main force has barely been touched. But now, something changes. White Medium Star 5.1, the counterstrike begins. The newly formed alliance unveils its first joint fleet. Human dreadnoughts, Kethri psionic cruisers, Avarnak shield barges, Alluvian photon lance destroyers, Chrysalid swarm drones. For the first time in the galaxy's history, 5 civilizations stand shoulder to shoulder. The fleet jumps into Vorik-controlled space, targeting a key objective. The Nexus Gate, a colossal hyperspatial structure the Vorik used to instantly move their fleets. Destroy the gate and they slow the invasion. Let it stand and the galaxy dies. White Medium Star 5.2, the Battle of the Nexus Gate, epic space combat. The Vorik are waiting. The battle erupts instantly, thousands of ships, antimatter detonations the size of small moons, psionic shockwaves rippling through vacuum. Human ships take the brunt of the assault, their hulls glowing white-hot. On the Alliance bridge, the tension is suffocating. Commander Aaron Cole. All batteries fire at will. Focus the lance beams on the gate supports. We take that thing down now. Varnak shield carriers reinforce the front line, shimmering blue domes absorbing hellish barrages. Kethri psionics project a defensive field through sheer mental strength, preventing the Vorik mindscreen generators from shattering allied crews. But the Vorik adapt fast. Their flagship, the Obliterator, deploys a gravity warhead. A miniature black hole forms. 3 Illuvian ships vanish instantly. The entire fleet begins to collapse inward. White Medium Star 5.3, a heroic sacrifice. A human captain, Mara Lorne, hears the panic across the comms. Her ship is badly damaged. Engines failing. Crew wounded. She makes a decision without speaking a word. She pushes her ship, the horizon's edge, into maximum thrust, steering directly toward the gravity warhead's core. Her voice comes over comms. If we fall back now, everything ends. Humanity doesn't run. We finish this. Her ship collides with the warhead. A blinding white detonation. The artificial black hole collapses violently. The Allied fleet is saved. Her name becomes legend. White Medium Star 5.4, destroying the Nexus Gate. With the gravitic threat gone, the Alliance regroups and pushes forward. Kethri psionics shatter the Vorik command frequencies. Human rail cannons tear open the gate's armored pylons. Illuvian destroyers weave through debris, firing precision photon lances. Chrysalid drones infest the gate's interior like metallic insects. Finally, the Nexus Gate implodes. A shockwave rolls across the system. For the first time, the Vorik supply chain is disrupted. Their invasion stalls. The galaxy breathes. White Medium Star 5.5, the galaxy finally sees hope. Transmission relays across thousands of worlds broadcast one message. The Alliance stands. The Vorik can bleed. Billions of people cheer. Billions more cry. For the first time in decades there is hope. But the victory comes with a dark realization. The Vorik are now enraged. They unleash their true weapon in response. And everything up to this point has only been the beginning. After the fall of the Nexus Gate, the Alliance begins capturing fragments of Vorik tech, ships, and databanks. Every faction sends their smartest scientists, psionic analysts, and AI decryptors to analyze it. At first, the data makes no sense. A Vorik fleet's moving in patterns that look random. Weapons targeting empty void instead of planets. Strange energy signatures in empty sectors. Repeated references to something called the core wound. But everything changes when an Illuvian analyst finds a hidden layer of encryption buried inside a Vorik command node. When it's finally unlocked, the entire war shifts. New Moon 6.1, the Vorik are not conquerors. Not anymore. Everyone always believed the Vorik Dominion wanted to wipe out species and rule the galaxy. The decrypted message reveals the horrifying truth. The Vorik are running from something. Something older. Something stronger. Something that terrifies them. Their invasion of the galaxy isn't expansion. It's evacuation. Each world they destroy is not conquered. It is sterilized. To prevent whatever they fear from spreading. Drop of Blood 6.2, the entity in the shadow, cosmic horror. Long before the current galactic civilizations evolved, an unknown cosmic force existed beyond the edge of the observable universe. The Vorik called it the Silent Hunger. Not a species. Not a civilization. Not an AI. A consuming phenomenon almost like a physics parasite. It moves through galaxies over millions of years, devouring stars, dark matter, energy fields, even spacetime itself. It leaves dead voids, regions where physics no longer functions. The Vorik encountered it 70,000 years ago. It annihilated half their empire in a single cosmic sweep. They've been running ever since. And now, it's coming here. High Voltage 6.3, why the Vorik suddenly attacked the galaxy. When Alliance scientists piece the timelines together, the truth hits. The Vorik didn't arrive to kill the galaxy. They arrived to prepare it. To harden it. To burn away weak species. To reshape the Orion Arm into a defensive fortress. In their eyes, they are saving the galaxy. Violently. Brutally. Without mercy. But still saving it. Their message decoded fully. Purify the weak. Arm the strong. Only those who survive us will survive it. The Vorik believe only species who endure their genocide are worthy of fighting the coming cosmic apocalypse. Humanity's survival at Earth? The Alliance forming? The victory at the Nexus Gate? All this proved something to the Vorik. The Alliance is strong enough to talk to. That's why the Vorik suddenly stop attacking for 72 hours. The galaxy holds its breath. Brain 6.4, the Vorik transmit a message to humanity. A single Vorik warship enters Alliance space under a white flag transmission. Its hull is cracked, half-melted, radiating impossible energy. Aboard it is a single high-ranking Vorik, almost skeletal, armor fused to its flesh. Its voice is a deep, resonant metallic thunder. Your victory was unexpected. You survive the trial. You have earned explanation. Then it projects a hologram of something beyond comprehension. A hole in reality. A wound in physics. A region where stars collapse into nothingness. A cosmic scar stretching across intergalactic space. The Vorik says, "The silent hunger has awakened. In 300 years, it will reach your galaxy. Prepare, or be extinguished." Humans stunned ask, "Why attack us? Why kill billions?" The Vorik replies, "Because fear makes you slow. Pain makes you strong." The room goes silent. Collision 6.5. The Alliance breaks apart. The revelation detonates galactic unity like a bomb. Some species want to ally with the Vorik to fight the cosmic threat. Others accuse the Vorik of lying to manipulate the galaxy. Some demand revenge for the trillions they killed. A few want to surrender and beg the silent hunger for mercy. A human faction split, arguing violently in their own senate. The alliance that saved the Nexus now fractures. It's chaos. And the Vorik warn, "If you cannot unite, you will die." White Medium Star 6.6, Humanity's Decision. Lead or die. Humanity, being the youngest major species, isn't the strongest, but it suddenly becomes the most trusted. Why? Because humans fought the Vorik head-on. It defeated them in open battle. United 5 species already. Refused surrender. It showed creativity the Vorik didn't predict. It didn't collapse after catastrophic loss. The galaxy looks at humans and sees something the Vorik also saw. Humanity is the wild card. The unpredictable factor. The species that survives when logic says they shouldn't. Now humanity must choose. Do they try to reunite the Alliance? Do they negotiate with the Vorik? Do they prepare the galaxy to fight a cosmic phenomenon? Or do they run? Humanity's leadership makes its decision. We will unite the galaxy. We will fight the hunger. And we will not repeat the Vorik's sins. This moment becomes the turning point of the entire saga. Silence falls across the war room. Leaders from every species sit together, staring at the impossible hologram, the image of the silent hunger, the ancient force eating its way through the universe. Stars fading like dying candles. Galaxies turning into empty wounds. Physics breaking like shattered glass. No one speaks, until the humans stand. Globe showing Europe-Africa 7.1. The human vow, uniting the galaxy. The human commander, Admiral Serena Hale, lifts her voice. "We will not run. We will not kneel. We will not let the galaxy die." Her words do what no weapon could do. They ignite hope. The Ellerin turn to the humans. The Karath warriors bow their heads. Even the machine race Vexental calculates a new probability. Human leadership increases survival chance by 22%. Species that were enemies shake hands. Civilizations that hated each other stand together. Slowly, a new alliance forms. Not forced, not scared, but united under one flag. The Eternal Coalition. And at its heart stands Earth. Rocket 7.2, the Apex Starfleet returns, stronger than ever. Earth reveals its final secret project. Apex Forge, a hidden construction ring surrounded by nanofactories. As the galaxy watches, thousands of black, silent, advanced warships rise from behind Saturn. Quantum engines glowing like blue storms. Star-piercing cannons. Adaptive armor. AI pilots. Zero-point shields. Warp jump capability beyond Vorik tech. The Apex Starfleet is no longer a secret. It is now the spear of the galaxy. When the fleets ignite their thrusters, space ripples. Milky Way 7.3, the journey to the edge of reality. Every star map marks one forbidden coordinate. Sector Zeno. The place where physics dies. This is where the silent hunger first touches the galaxy. The Eternal Coalition sends its combined fleet. 12,000 human ships. 8,000 Karath warcruisers. 5,500 Ellerin light arcs. 2,200 Vexental dreadnoughts. Even 700 Vorik survivors join. It is the biggest fleet the galaxy has ever seen. But when they arrive, everything changes. New Moon 7.4, the void front, where light fails. The edge of the sector looks wrong. Stars twist. Space bends. Time slows and speeds at random. Sensors scream errors. Some ships vanish without sound. Others return with hulls aged by centuries. And from the darkness, they see it. Not a creature. Not a ship. A cosmic wound, endless and silent. A black river flowing across the stars. Reality tearing apart like paper. This is the silent hunger. It does not roar. It does not speak. It simply removes matter, energy, space, Time. Everything. Crosswords 7.5. The Great Defense Line. No weapon in the galaxy can kill the silent hunger. But humans propose something insane. If we cannot destroy it, we delay it. We build a wall of stars. The plan is impossible. Move dead stars into a formation. Create artificial suns. Link them with quantum fusion nets. Turn the entire sector into a burning shield. A starfire wall that blocks the hunger's path. The galaxy joins the crazy plan. Humans design it. Vexintal build it. Alarin stabilize the space around it. Karath guard it. Vorik guide energy flows based on their ancient records. After 18 long years, the eternal star barrier is complete. A glowing wall of living suns. Collision 7.6. The final stand when the darkness comes. The silent hunger touches the barrier. The suns scream as their cores twist. Quantum nets shatter. Fusion links melt like ice. The galaxy watches in terror. But the barrier holds. For one day, then 2, then 10. And that is enough. While the hunger is slowed, humans activate the final weapon. Project Eternity. A machine powered by sacrificed stars. A device that bends spacetime. A generator that opens a controlled rift. Not to destroy the hunger, but to push it back, away from the galaxy. Back into the void it came from. For the first time in cosmic history, the silent hunger retreats. Shooting Star 7.7. The Ascension of Earth. The galaxy erupts in celebration. Earth, once seen as a young species, now stands as guardian of the eternal barrier, center of the coalition, home of Apex Starfleet, the species that saved the galaxy. Humans gain a new title, the eternal race, the ones who rise when all others fall. Admiral Hale looks toward the stars and says, "Our journey does not end here. The universe is vast, and we will protect it." The camera zooms out. Apex Starfleet spreads across the galaxy, their ships glowing like silver flames, standing guard from one end of the Milky Way to the other. Humanity has gone from Earth to eternity, and this is only the beginning.